Hello everyone, I am Suraj Nair. I am founder and chief investment officer with Moat PMS Private Limited. Now my mandate here is to explain to you in detail the investment strategy of our portfolio management service as well as the general market outlook. First of all, let me express my sincere gratitude to the PMS Bazaar team for giving me this wonderful opportunity. As you all know, this summer has been very cruel to us. The COVID-19 pandemic is attacking us from all corners. We are all fighting for our right to live. But I am not going to talk too much on this pandemic, because basically I do not know when this would end, how many lives would be lost, how long this lockdown could last. And in fact, to be fair with you, no one knows anything about this because we do not have a blueprint, we do not have a template to follow. The second thing is, as a portfolio manager, we should always be geared up for such kind of black swan events. Today it could be an endemic, tomorrow it could be a credit crisis, it could be a world war. So we should be prepared for all these kind of things because something or the other will be bothering us at some point of time. The only thing that we know is at some point of time this would end, and that would create a lot of wealth because everything is very confusing at this point of time. Things are not clear at all. As we all know, excellent investment opportunity arises when there is maximum pessimism. So there is a lot of confusion out there. So this could be the greatest wealth creation moment in our lifetime. Investing onto equities of quality businesses with a horizon of 3 to 5 years can be a great asset class as we move forward. But let me tell you one thing. Stock selection is not the only criteria here because that wouldn't help us. We need to have a bit of character as well. As the general saying goes, 95% of wealth creation in equities is all about character. Stock picking forms only 5% of it. When I say character, you need to have a conviction on equity as an asset class, a patience to hold on to them for a longer period of time, a disciplined investment philosophy, and you need to spend time in the market. This is where a professional and a personalized portfolio manager could help you, because when you encourage your investments to a portfolio manager, you are not only outsourcing your investment decisions, you are outsourcing the conviction, patience, discipline and time to an expert called a portfolio manager. So when I say character, you need to have a character because I told you stock picking means you need to have a lot of character. So what is this character all about? The character to stay away from the noises because there will be something that is bothering you at all point of time. Then you need to stick to your circle of competence. Creating wealth in equities is basically acting against general human biases. Then you need to make less mistakes because humans make mistakes. We cannot run away from mistakes, but how less mistakes that you make is one important point as far as wealth creation in equities is concerned. So character plays an important part. Now let's get into the portfolio strategy or investment strategy of ours. If I give you a general characteristics of the stocks in the portfolio, all the stocks in our portfolio are excellent capital allocators with an upright and honest, sincere management on its top. Then they throw up really huge cash flows. They have high return ratios. They operate in a segment where the opportunity for growth is very high. They have pricing power. They need only less debt. They don't dilute their equity very often. So these are the general characters of the company that we have in our portfolio. Now that I have explained to you the general investment candidates, I would like to tell you a brief about our portfolio construction, because our portfolio is basically is a combination, is a blend of 60% of companies that are in the great category and 40% in a category where the companies are in the cusp of becoming great. So when I say 60% great companies, these generally add stability to the portfolio. So those are mainly from the Nifty or Nifty Next 50. So these are established known names as such. So when I must tell you here that when I tell the names of quality companies over here, you will get bored because you have been listening to this very now and often for the last 1 to 2 years, because companies like SDFC Bank, the likes of DMart, Titan, Asian Paints and all. So I am not spending too much time on the 60% part. I am spending too much time or my good amount of time on the 40% part because that is where the real wealth creation happens. So what are companies in this 40%? See, that's a it's a popular notion that when these things happen, companies that are into FMCG segment or pharma segment will be the huge wealth creators moving forward. But that is true as well to an extent. But let me tell you that we have a difference of opinion over here. We believe that over a period of time, once this lockdown ends, there will be a huge demand for luxurious products. There will be huge demand for discretionary spending. There will be good demand for companies that are operating in the sin category. Let me give you a couple of examples of companies that are there in our portfolio. Let's think of a company called United Spirits. We know very well that once the lockdown happens, there will be huge demand for the liquor. The states, they doesn't have much revenues right now. They will be opening up this sector, and companies in this sector could be a huge wealth creating asset class moving forward. Second is, as we know, people will be stuck with liquidity. They will be running short of liquidity, and they would be having gold assets with them, and they will go to a gold financer. So companies like Muthoot Finance can also be a great wealth creator moving forward. Then look at another set of companies which are into contract manufacturing. Contract manufacturing of electronic items like LED bulbs, television sets, mobile phones. So companies operating in this segment could also be a wealth creating segment altogether. Then let's look at some companies that are operating on the backside of FMCG companies. FMCG companies, there are a lot of companies there are a lot of feeder companies that are operating in the background, like logistics companies, companies that are supplying raw materials in the making of detergents, etc. Those companies will also be of flavor. Then we have companies that are operating in the logistics space. You need to carry a material from one part of the country to other. So these are some of the segment that comprises the 40% of the portfolio. So what I would like to tell you is that, we do not exactly know when this crisis would end. But let us create a portfolio which is a blend of exuberance, quality and youth, so that it gives us a tremendous opportunity as we move forward. With this, I think I have covered most of the minute details of our portfolio, and thank you for listening to me. Thank you for your time. I wish you stay safe, stay healthy and invest in equities. Thank you.